Science has it that only 8% of people are able to achieve their goals at the end of the year. And some even say that 80% of people by January 17 would have quit on their goals for the new year. So this is why you need to do these things I want to say now. By the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing some few extras that would help you as well in achieving your goals. So make sure you watch this video to the very end. Do not miss any part of this video. So hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. Please, if this video helps you in any way, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you very much. It will mean a lot to me. So straight to the point, I will not want to bore you guys with too many talks, because I believe everyone that is watching this video, there is nobody that will not have heard about planning. It's not a new thing. It's not something you don't know before. We've all heard about it. But the actual situation we find ourselves most of the time is having to sit down and make those plans. There are three major issues I've seen that people face when it has to do with making plans. And number one thing is them coming to the realization of the importance of making a plan. Then number two is sitting down to make this plan. Then if they are eventually able to sit down, settle down and make the plan, the next problem they face is how to go about making the plan. And I'm going to cover this in this video. So the first thing is making a plan. I tell you, it is very important to plan. If you really would want to achieve a lot, you have to make a plan. They say whoever wants to build a house will first sit down and count his cost. There's a saying that he who does not plan already plans to fail, meaning when you are not planning, that is already a plan. So, and the result of the plan that you just planned is failure. So that's why you need to plan. It helps you to take charge of anything that you're doing, your expectations, your outcome, instead of just leaving it to mere luck. So that's why it's very necessary that you make plans. So I would like to just cut them short so that this video will not be too long. So the next challenge that people face after coming to the realization of the importance of them making plan is now having to sit down and plan. I tell you, you don't know how difficult it is to stay in one place for a couple of hours or a couple of days just to ensure that everything that you want to do, you are able to put it on a pen and a paper. It's not as easy as you think. So that is why it takes real consciousness and self-discipline to sit down in one place, away from social media, away from the noise of life. This one, nobody can do it for you. You are the only one that can do it by yourself. Most times people don't realize the importance of holiday. People think holiday period are time when they catch phone, time when they go visiting and do all those many things. I will not undermine the importance of all these things. It's actually very important to at least take time to rest, take time to visit family, eat, go to new places and all. But after you've done that, you should take time or spend time. You can either do it before or you can do it after. Have a time in your calendar when you just stay by yourself and plan things out. No visitor, nobody, just you and your plans. And if you are a spiritual person, just you, your God, and your plan. Later in this video, because I am a Christian, I would actually tell you the importance spirituality play in making plans, because that is what is going to separate your plan from just a mere New Year resolution. So now the next problem that people face is, okay, now they are able to discipline themselves enough to sit down to make the plans. What are they going to be doing during that time or during the course of making the plan? So there are certain structures that the process should follow to ensure that you are able to write out your plans successfully. For this part, I'll be using myself as a case study because planning was something that was more of a challenge to me. I found it very difficult to sit down and start to make my plans. What I used to do then is that I felt I had it in my head, so it was good to go. But the disadvantage about this is that yes, you might feel that you have thought about it and you have planned it in your head, but there is an advantage to sitting down and strategizing everything one after the other, because you can have it in your head like I did, and when it's now actually time to do it, it becomes a challenge in the sense that your head will become full at that point in time. You would not know where to start. You would not know how to go about what you want to do. Even when you even know self, it will be hard. You will just feel like, I will do it later, I will do it later, I will do this one, I will do that one. Many voices you'll be hearing at your head that time. So this is why it's important you go about it the right way, which I'm going to be breaking down shortly. As a person of faith, it's very important to thank God. Thank God for the good, you thank God for the bad. You thank God for the ones you were able to accomplish. You thank God for the one you were not able to accomplish. Because I tell you, this has a very important significance. If you're not able to be thankful, you would not see the value of the ones you were even able to achieve. So as a person of faith, this is very important, and I'm going to be going about this in this light. I am a Christian, so every principle I'm going to be giving to you is going to be in line with the gospel as well. So I want you to take note of this. So that's why I'm starting with thanking God. It's very important you thank God. Thank God for your family. Thank God for how far He has brought you, even when you don't see a reason to be thankful. So that is the first thing to do. You thank God. Why the next thing to do is to settle down, take a pen and a paper. If you want to have a bottle of something chill, you can have it there. Just sit down with your pen and paper. Then the first thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking an appraisal of your life. It can be last year, last 2 years, last 5 years, depending on you. And in that appraisal, you're going to be checking out something. This appraisal is going to be you scoring yourself on where you did right and where you did wrong, where you were able to perform well and where you were not able to perform well. It's very important that you are very sincere with yourself, because if you are not sincere with yourself, you're only going to be lying to yourself, and you will not be able to make improvements on some delicate areas in your life that needs to be changed. The first thing you're going to take appraisal of is your spiritual growth. You have to check it and see how well you are able to keep up with your faith from the previous years. Why the next thing you're going to be looking at is your personal growth, which is your level of mental transformation. How well have you been able to transform your mind? How well have you been able to develop a superior mindset? Most of the times, the level we end up finding ourselves is a big representation of how our mindset works. We cannot be bigger than our mindset. So it's very important you check this part very critically. So the next thing is your health. How you were able to handle your health, what you did, what you did not do, how often you took care of yourself, your personal hygiene, and that. Very important. So the next thing also you check is your relationship. This is very critical. This one was something I had to look into, because I am someone that finds it very challenging to keep in touch most of the time. So it's something that we ought to do, because this is one of the things that actually matter. Family, friends, close relatives and all. These things are very important. So you need to check, okay, how well was I able to go about this? Was I able to meet up? Was I able to be there for the people that I cared about, the people that cared about me and all? Was I able to impact their life positively? So this one is very important. Why the next thing we should also take appraisal of is your finances. This would cover your career, your business, your investment, what you have done, how well your finances have grown, how you spent your money. Why the next one, which is the last one, because there are 6 things you need to look into. The last one, which is your purpose. I have the belief that everybody is born to do something. I have the belief that everybody is born to make an impact in one way or the other. So if you don't spend time to think about these things, you might even not even know that you are supposed to be doing something that will be of a difference, or that will be very impactful to other persons as well. It does not even have to be something big. So you have to make sure that you check out these 6 things that I just listed out. The first thing is your spiritual growth. The second thing is your personal growth. That is your level of mental transformation. Why the next thing is your health. Another thing, your relationships. Then your finances. Then your purpose, your vision. And after you've effectively done this, you've seen your success, you've seen your failures, you've sincerely critiqued yourself, then make sure you write all this on paper, so that, because you're going to be reflecting on it even while you are making your plan. So the next thing after that is to now start your planning proper with the list you have made before. You now start picking them one by one, starting with your spiritual growth, then next to your mental capacity, the next your health, your finances, your vision, and all. So you start picking them one by one, checking your successes and your failures from the list that you made before, looking at the one that you need to keep, because there's a saying that if it's not broken, then don't fix it. So check the one that you were able to do well at, then see what you did to maintain it, then continue it this next year. Why, if there's other ones that you say, okay, I did well, but I want to do better. So now you now start to strategize on how to go about doing better. Why the ones that you failed at? That's why I said it's very important to be sincere with yourself. Tell yourself where you didn't do well and tell yourself where you did well as well. So you start to make preparation, check it, then start to strategize on how to effectively go about doing this thing properly this time. Make sure that you don't miss out on any of this. Take this with most important, because it is very, very, very necessary that you don't go about making the mistakes you made before again in the new year. I learned this the hard way because I was holding on to something that was actually not helping, and I kept doing the same thing thinking that okay, there will be a change, but after a while it still kept on repeating. So when I made this critic of myself and I said, why should I be doing this over again and expecting a different result? So that is what happened. That is what you can also do as well. So when you see you had challenges, okay, you check, this was the challenge I had, and this is what I need to do. In this part of planning, it's very important that you do not rush this process. Take your time, think. So after you've solved these challenges, you write them down. Very, very important, because from time to time, you will need to come back to this plan that you have made to ensure that you are sticking to it, to ensure that you are following all that you said you wanted to do. So this is very vital. Now to the very extra I talked about at the beginning of the video. Science has it that only 8% of people are able to achieve their goals at the end of the year. And some even say that 80% of people by January 17 would have quit on their goals for the new year. So this is why you need to do these things I want to say now. And the very first thing to do is you need to ensure that you set systems around your goals, because it's one thing to have goals, but it's even more easier to achieve those goals by setting systems that will make it possible. So this is why when you set goals, you should avoid setting too much goals. You should make sure you set smart goals. And what I mean by smart is your goals should be specific, your goals should be measurable, your goals should be attainable, your goals should be relevant, and your goals should be time bound. Very, very necessary. Then another thing you need to make sure you ensure that you have is that you have somebody that is accountable, someone that can measure and check, okay, what you are doing and how you are doing it as well. Accountability is very important to ensuring that you meet your target, someone that can check your habits. So now to the very last thing, and this is one of the most vital things you need to take into consideration, especially if you're a person of faith, because this is what is going to turn your goals from just mere wishes or from just New Year resolutions into actual attainable goals, which is ensuring that you pray for your plans, you pray for your visions, you pray for what you want to do. So if this video was very helpful to you, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very, very much. So if you have intentions to start your YouTube journey in 2025, watch my next video, because I talked about the basic and the best app you will need, especially if you are a newbie in YouTube. So make sure you watch that video, and as well, welcome again to my channel. So peace.